Well, hello and welcome back everybody to Calizari System Survival episode 15. Now, quick catch up on to where we're up to. Last episode we finally went on over that direction. I forgot to mark it on our with the GPS coordinate, but we went over that direction and finally took out or eliminated the threat of the headquarters base that was over there. There's still some I believe there's still some turrets, internal turrets primarily. I think we took all the main external Gatlings out and missiles out, but I believe there's still some internal turrets that are still active on the base. There's also a couple of booby traps I believe are still active, but we eliminated the primary threat. We got rid of the antenna and spawn point, and as we can tell by no red on our horizon anymore, that we've eliminated that threat. Now, rather than getting bogged down with doing the same thing every episode, I was thinking about going back over there and continuing the salvage and disarming the rest of the base and seeing if we could disarm the booby traps and stuff like that. But I've actually been waiting to eliminate that base so that we can set up some decent, proper mining facilities here and start really gathering the resources we're going to need moving forward as we launch off into space. So with that said, I figured that we would start with, well, we need uranium. That much we know for certain, and I did way over there. So I know there is a spot over there, but it's rather deep. But we need uranium. We need to be able to power our reactors properly, and at the moment we're cutting pretty fine on uranium. So I thought we'd use uranium as our first mining facility. I know a lot of people would probably go with iron ore, but if we have a look here, we've got 48,000 iron ingots, and we've got 72,000 steel plate. So we've got a little bit of iron there that will keep us going and let us build up some stuff to start with. So it's actually probably not the highest priority. I do think our uranium ingots is probably going to be our high priority, since we are going to need more reactors moving forward at least. And as we saw last episode, this one is running just on a lightweight 20 kilograms, which is sufficient for it, but I would like to actually set that at a higher static level for Tim to maintain for us. So let's, for starters, go and see what's wrong with our ore detector over here. I believe it's taken some damage. Yes, stall out. Just got to find it amongst all of this. There it is. I believe it's taken some damage, whether it's be from a drone or from a meteor impact, I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, look at that, it's taken some pretty serious damage by the looks. I'll say. But let's see if we can tell what from. I'm actually, based on this impact crater here, I think it might actually have been taking damage from a meteor impact. We've got sparks going everywhere. We've nearly lost the cockpit, and the battery, and the antenna, and probably the ore detector as well. Yeah, everything's been majorly damaged. So I think we'll repair that up. That will at least let us see what other ores are here. I'm 90% certain there is actually a uranium deposit somewhere within the range of this detector. So let's just quickly go and grab some more materials. We'll probably load them up into Mule, and that way we don't have to keep running all the way back over here. Of course there is. I was waiting for that. Now we'd normally use a welding ship but I'm actually going to build our first mining facility by hand, since I don't have a welding ship at this point in time, and I don't want to take the time at the moment at least. Oh, come on, snap out, there we go. At this point in time, see, they're targeting it. Maybe not. I don't want to take the time at this moment to spend another episode building another ship. So we're going to make use of, as I said, our mule, and we're going to use Tim to stock it for us. So hang on, I'm sure mule has more than one cargo container. Yes, mule's got 3. Let us just... Oh, I think I know what the problem is. We'll just undock for the moment though. 3, thank you. Yes. I think you're... Alright. So let's... First of all, Tim is going to have to wait until I've actually got you docked, because I want it to automatically rewrite it for me. Medium, there we go. Steel, we'll go with 5,000. Yes. I hope that actually will handle that. Let's just check. Not quite. So if we pull our steel back to 4. Excellent. Yes, that works fine. Now, this one. Alright. I'm not 100% sure exactly what it is we actually need. I didn't check, but we'll just go with a nice array of things. I'm just picking numbers at random, but sufficient quantities, I think. Detector. Radio. Alright. Let's just check our record. Oh, that's right. I could change over to it, but let's just do this. Okay, so we need a cockpit, which we've got. Bulletproof glass and displays we haven't picked up yet. Okay. Should be well and truly more than what we need. So that's that. Large, small, ready communications, yep, okay, we've got everything from that. Detector, computer motor, we've got everything we need for that. And the battery. Power cells. We don't have power cells. Actually, not to that. Alright. Oh, crying out loud, unlock. Thank you. This way. Should do nicely. Let's go with that. Random amounts. Oh, well, it's taking a bit of damage out of that. Yes, we'll get to you. Get to you. Power cells, more detector components. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that might work better. No charge left in you though. Maybe it'll be enough. Now, since it's been damaged, I believe that's... Yes. Thank you. Change you back on. That looks good. That looks good. That's 4 hours. Yeah, okay. And there we go. What have we got? We've got iron, ice. You're kidding me, right? Silver, nickel, uranium. I see uranium. don't think it's a meteor. No, it's not. It's an actual deposit, I think. Please. Darn. Yeah, that doesn't help me. Yeah, that doesn't help me at all, guys. Yeah, right. Hang on. We have another uranium showing up here. It says 83. Down. Oh my goodness, that is deep. Yep, we've gone past it. Well, that is a little bit deep for us to try and mine directly down to at this stage. Probably quicker to access it through the silver mine. So if that's the case, we may have to be focusing on our iron first. Let's take Mule here over to our uranium mine. Just see how deep that actually is, if it'll show us. No, we can't take Mule, it doesn't have a detector on it. Oh, well, fair enough. Mule served its purpose. Let's just offload all this stuff back into our primary inventory. Alright, 3. Yes, 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 yes. Try this again. There we go. That's better. Should try not to go so far across, I guess. Alright. Okay. Just have to double check. I think Gunslinger may actually have an ore detector built in. I can't remember. Alright. Yes, in fact, I recall now it does. Sitting over the back here. So, let's take you, buddy. Over here. It's either really, really deep, or our ore detectors are actually not detecting properly. Unless it's over 50 meters away, I guess. What a real pain that is. At this point in time, 50 meters deep is over 50 meters deep is too deep for an initial mining rig. Considering it's got to plough down through the stone to be able to get to the resource anyway. So we need to find something that's a little closer to the surface. Let's just go over here and check this out. Now that we can move around with impunity, we might as well scout out some of these other places and see what is here. Come on, slow down. Slow down. Okay, nickel. Magnesium. So you see that magnesium's over 50 meters. Silicon, all of which we actually need at some point, but we've got to have it closer to our base. We know there's iron over here. I was hoping there's to be some shallower uranium nearer to our base, but we may have to just revise our plans here and give us something else. Well, gold, that's pretty important too. That's still, what, 50 something meters. So that was a nickel, magnesium and silicon, wasn't it? iron. Good sign, there's plenty of iron around. Alright. Nickel, silicon, magnesium, iron seem to be the most common substances here. We'll just have to mine the uranium by hand at this stage, as it's too deep for us to actually set up an actual mining platform. Over there. And if we stall again, there we go. Silicon. Uranium. And magnesium. How close is the uranium though? Oh, it's some of the closest stuff. 40 odd meters. Let's see if we can narrow that down a bit more. Right, we're gonna have to do this by hand. Just move the ship over here for a second. Okay. 38, 37, 36. Right here seems to be the spot. Shallowest point here, 36 meters to uranium. Well, here is where we're going to set up our rig. It's a little bit deeper than I wanted, but we will be passing down through some silicon at the same time, so that's not so bad. We just need to make a mark because I forgot to bring any decent resources with me. That will do it. I'll be back, as is quite commonly said. So there it is. Yeah, we'll actually use Mule again to come back over here with a decent load of materials to set up our basic mining rig. Slow down, slip sliding all over the sky. Excellent. Should have left it configured with all the TIM settings that I had before. Actually, they're probably going to be right for this as well. I'm so surprised by that. Okay. Yeah, we'll go with 500 computers. We're going to need quite a few of them actually, so about 1,500 of those. Oh, it's installed again, okay. Let's just, oh no, what else we're forgetting. Excellent. Yes, I think that's all we need. Well, that's a good start. We'll have to come back if we need more. And somewhere it is, there it is. Now, this mining rig that I'm setting up, it's probably nothing new. Well, I know it's nothing new. I'm sure plenty of other people have set up very similar sort of arrangements. I find it's probably one of the most economical arrangements. It does require reconfiguring the drill head a couple of times before you get down to your resource level. But once it's actually set up, the reconfiguring is just a few conveyor conveyor tubes, extra conveyor tubes. Most of the resources you grind off are then used to rebuild the head anyway, so once set up it's not that hard to maintain. It's just time consuming more than anything, I guess. Having to grind off the head, extend it, rebuild it. But once it does hit our resource level, it does generate a lot of resources very quickly actually, so we need to actually set it all up with a large cargo container. There we go, just get rid of you. Just so that it's got the storage capacity that we need. Alright, that's good. Now I also set it up, let's just grab a couple hundred. I also set it up so that it expels the stone. I don't, where the hell did our marker go? There it is. I actually don't keep the stone, as we all know. There's an abundance of stone and only a small limited use for it. So we don't need to worry about keeping the stone. We can certainly get more of that at any time, any place. You can go right there to start with. Flat enough for us to just go straight ahead. And I did forget to grab something over here. So yes, I actually expel all of the stone. I don't keep any of the stone. And I actually make use of the block limit that's set up in the game. I leave it at the default. It's what, 56 I think it is, and I suppose it's a bit of a cheat in that respect. What I do is I dig a small hole off to the side. I use a conveyor sorter and a connector, set it up as an ejector, and I actually eject all the scrap into that hole. I only dig it down, and I drill it down about like 10 meters or something or other, because I let space engineers actually clean up the excess as when it hits that block limit. Not exactly, I suppose, the best way to do it, because if you do manual mining, all of a sudden you can find some of your manually mined products all of a sudden start vanishing because it's helped hit that limit. But all in all, it works quite well. Yes, I know, that's fine. The beauty of this drill rig too is we're actually going to leave 99% of it is just framework. You don't need to actually build it out. It's actually higher on one side than the other. I didn't think it was quite that bad a slope, but we've got a way around that too. squeeze another one under here. Not a problem squeezing under there. That will actually stay there. As we reconfigure this, as it gets deeper, this high set structure will actually end up coming down to ground level. Actually ends up as a very nice framework. Believe it or not, works out as a very nice framework for an entry point into an underground base too, which is really quite cool. I really do hope they have fixed the cleaning problem with pistons, because previously I would actually have to turn on the creative tools to add the piston, which I don't like doing, especially in a survival game. We'll do it the top side, but apparently they've been fixed, so since this part of this structure will become permanently stable, we'll actually build it out. Once the rest of the structure gets reconfigured down to ground level, we'll then build out the ground level portions. Actually, I didn't need that one. We'll build out the ground level portions and get into full blocks as well once it's down to this same level. And we'll just get rid of that. We don't actually need that. Excellent. Oh, I didn't need to come up here either. I need to be down there. Now, where is it? There it is. And also, come on, hurry up and save. Thank you. Remembered something we do need to do here. I'd forgotten that it was going to be required. Just go with the one. Hopefully the one will be sufficient. Oh, where's our darn ship gone? You need to put a beacon or some lights or something on you. Yes, you can just go in there. Interior. And we want that. Take. Back. get is metal grids and display. Did I grab displays? I know I forgot metal grids. No, got displays, that's cool. So, some of them we don't need them, actually we would have used them. Some of them. Small tubes and interior plates. Yeah, look at that. For the reactor too, don't we? Tubes. All of them, but no. Okay, let's put up now. Yeah, metal grids for them too. Okay. Grab that. No, actually we don't need that just yet, do we? Save. Thank you. More computers. Truly plenty. Thank you. Alright. Alright, here we go. This will do. We want one of them, one of them, and one of them. Actually, and just so that we don't have to keep flicking toolbars, one of them. Yep. I thought I was forgetting something. Some of them. That's the one I want. Alright, well we configured it across this way, I think. sure other people have got very valid ideas on how to set up this drill rig, whether I should be using just one side of the rotor only and just spin it around. If you have a look at the configuration I'm setting up here, each side of this cross rotor, the drills actually track differently. That's what we want. So it's actually, well, I suppose you could say 3 on each side of that. One of them is actually the central one. So that one hits the center, of course. That one is your next one out. Then this one tracks in the gap. So each of these sides, that drill head tracks in the gaps of this drill head and vice versa. That way, with one complete 360-degree rotation, it gets covered by drill. It just does it half a rotation as per sweep per side. I find it works really quite well. I can run the drill at 0.25 quite comfortably. It doesn't seem to cause any issues with the drill heads. I actually run the piston a much slower pace than that. I actually run it at 0.0025. So it's quite slow, but you'd be surprised at how quickly it extends to the full 10 meters. Before you know it, you're coming back and having to reconfigure the damn thing. So it seems to work quite nice. That's the basic arrangement for the actual drill head itself. All we need is, well, metal grids, but we'll need to put a connector in the side of this cargo container so that we can actually access it, as well as on the other side, or at least on a different face, we'll have a conveyor sorter and 2 or 3 pieces of conveyor tube with an angle on the end with another connector on the end, using it as an ejector, and we'll spit it all out into a hole just so it doesn't run. I mean, you'd spit it out on the ground, it really wouldn't matter, it could run off. No, never mind. I just like to stick it down into a hole. It just sort of keeps it all tidy, saves bits and pieces of debris floating around all over the map. Although the game does seem to clean them up quite nicely. But, and we're saving again. Come on, hurry up and unstick. There we go. So let's just have a look at what we need. Let's see what I've got. Alright, we can build all of that. Computers are large. We can build this. We need large. Computers are large. Yeah, both the piston and the rotors seem to make use of the same components, which is pretty cool. These ones exactly the same, with the exception it needs small tubes as well. So, but yeah, as I said, once it's built, when we have to reconfigure it, we have to grind all these off. We have to grind all of these out. We then lower the whole rig, and then we build it back up. Now, to lower the rig, it's actually basically, it's just some conveyor tubes. We just come down, so you can conveyor tubes, we knock out the junction there, we bring it down 4, seems to be good, works well actually, it's optimal. Bring down 4 conveyor tubes, put our junction at the end of it again. I usually then throw some more framework just to run it from there back across to secure it, keep it all as a single entity. And then, well, all the components used for all these are reused to rebuild this all back up again. So once they're fully built out, this becomes very lightweight to actually reconfigure. And as you can imagine, once it actually gets down to our uranium down there, which is 30 or 40 meters down, so it's going to need probably 3 to 4 reconfigurations before we get there. But we will be going through silicon in the process, so we will end up with, and I can say with all honesty, we'll end up with millions of kilograms of uranium. Well, depending on how thick the vein is, but I know the silicon we will. The silicon veins seem to be a lot thicker. But sometimes we do come across some nice thick uranium as well. Okay, so let's just finish off these things. So, cargo. We want computers. Where are they? Computers. Large tubes. Yeah, we'll go with those to start with. Oh, hey, the head didn't clang. that I have to admit was something that was really quite annoying me. You'd place it in, and that head there would spawn in up here, and it would clang straight down through the whole structure here, tearing it to shreds. It was quite frustrating actually, but looks like they've nicely fixed that up. So now I also used to use the rotor offset and pull the head up. I got lazy after a while and I found I didn't need to. If I was short on ground space down here, I'd pull it up, give me a little bit more clearance. But the truth is, 3 blocks high for our drill, 1 for our rotor, 2 for our piston. That's the basic configuration when it's all in this form. As long as I throw a block down first, which lifts you up off the ground, and then as long as I keep those dimensions, I find that the whole structure builds in quite nicely no matter where you are. If you're on a more meaner sort of slope or a more intense slope, bigger slope, I would usually find the highest point and run just a framework out to the centre point. And then I will build up from there, because that way I know that at its highest point, the ground's highest point, the drill is still going to have clearance. So it seems to work quite nicely, and it only takes 1 or 2 rounds and it's flattened out anyway, and from that point on it just works. So let's just finish up what we can here. I think we should be able to do just about most of the drills. Just get rid of that, don't need that or that at the moment. We are, however, running out of hydrogen. We're going to have to head back in a moment, because it's just about to drop the last of my hydrogen tank out. So let's just quickly pull up these if we can. And that way we can go and get that those metal clips as well. Oh, come on, hurry up. Oh, thank you. Whew, had me worried there for a second game. Come back here. Just offload all of you first. While we're in here, we'll add metal. I'm not sure how many we need, but let's just see what I can grab out of that. Right. And I will admit, I actually like the way that the whole structure looks once it's even in this early form, before it gets reconfigured down to ground level. It'll take 2 reconfigurations of the drill head before the whole structure comes down to ground level. Now, in a survival game like this, when I've got meteors turned on, that additional conveyor junction I put up on top, that is an access point for a Gatling. We'll stick a Gatling on the top there, just so that it's got some form of protection against meteor strikes. I find it is quite helpful. And we'll have to stock a little bit of ammo there as well, but it's just to add a little bit of extra layer of protection to the whole rig, so that it doesn't succumb to, like our ore detector over there did. Looking at the damage of the ore detector, it was certainly struck by a meteor. It wasn't actually gunfire from a drone. So yeah, we just need to. Yeah, 1 Gatling's not much, but it's enough to at least take out the nearest ones, or the nearest. It's got a high chance, I should have said, of taking out the meteors as they're coming in the hopes of keeping it safe enough anyway. Now let's see how we go here. Cargo 200. Oh, tons of space left. Excellent. What's not? Maybe. That let's just try. No, okay, can't do that. Just realised I can't do that. Let's have that fixed. Wait, what are you shooting? Oh, shit. You see where they're heading? They seem to be heading for our newly built platform. Are we going to go back over there and find it? Oh, okay. The irony of this. Let's see how close they got. Although, we can do it all from here. What's it called? 25mm. I can't remember what they called it. Ammo magazine, definitely. Is it the 25 by? Oh, crap. 2,000 of the sort of things. Let's have a look in components, and it is 25 by 184. Okay. By 184, and we want 100 of them. Okay, let's just try that. We just do them by hand. Can't be bothered stuffing around with it. Okay. Let's go and see if those meteors did us any damage over here. Because they did seem to be awfully close. May have been lucky. It looks like they may have just been base side of it, which is not so bad. You can now go in there. how did that end up there? Did it pull it in? No complaint. Obviously my messing around did actually do something. Looks like it did pull some of them in. Oh no, it's pulled everything in, look at that. Yeah, well. Because of the ammo magazines that I had set at one point. And we have power. Excellent. Let's just grab... No, not you at the moment. Cargo. I don't know what I need. I need to check that. We don't want the small bridge variety, give me the big one. Alright. Now, unfortunately, looking at the time, I do have to stop this stream at this point, as much as I'd like to continue. We will, however, continue building up this mining platform. Okay, we'll do it in the next stream. So I do encourage anybody who's, of course, interested to drop on back in. Same time tomorrow, whilst we finish off this mining rig and fire it up. And we'll probably see about maybe setting up another one. This one's set for uranium and it's going to pick up some silicon on the way through. We probably should set one up for magnesium, because we're going to need some more ammo probably soon, the way these meteors are coming in. And we need one for iron and some of the other basics as well, if we can find a location that's got them in close proximity, and there seems to be a couple, then we might be able to capture a couple of different resources in the one rig. But for now, thank you for stopping by. I hope you found it interesting, and happy engineering, and I shall talk to you next time.